Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Elite Clockman here. The full version of episode 39 of SKIBIDI Multiverse, the longest one in the series' history, just dropped. Now, even if the full episode is 30 minutes long, we will only focus on the last 3 minutes and a half, which is the long-awaited secret scene. And let me tell you, it really does build the hype for episode 40. Speaking of hype, we finally saw 04 and 05, but their run was short since they got clapped in under a minute by Titan Clockman. And that Titan must be writing the plot himself, since he continues to show new abilities every time he is on screen. The device built by the scientist Clockman and scientist TV Man is finally online. But the best part is that a beef as old as the series itself was finally settled in the most hilarious way. But before we get to all that, make sure to like and subscribe, because G-Man Apocalypse is pretty near. Anyways, here we go. But before we attack the secret scene itself, let's take a good look at the description. If you look closely, you could read G-Man Apocalypse is near. The G-Man Apocalypse is the big event that we all waited for. We don't have any idea about the apocalypse yet. It could be SKIBIDI-based one that looks like a toilet turning into a giant G-Man with the main body as its core. Or even a deadly virus that only affects the members of the Alliance. Which means that it doesn't matter how many Titan there are, since they would all be blasted back to 2020. But we'll talk about it later. Anyways, the secret scene starts with the future large Clockman opening a portal and leaving like me to get the milk after changing the whole life of the commander by telling him that his daughter is alive. Since my boy Alarm Clockman deactivated the missiles, the dome had no more use, and the God of Time was about to join the other Titans on the battlefield. But before Bro could go to infinity and beyond, a new opponent arrived. It was 041 of the two last resorts to keep the Titan busy, meaning that we're in endgame now. So the Golden Titan called out his sword ready for battle. But let me tell you, 04 got clapped in seconds. The first thing he did was use his spider-looking laser eyes on Titan Clockman, but my man didn't even flinch and just kept advancing. But the funniest thing was the toilet turning into a ninja as he literally decided to use spinjitzu on the Titan. But the big man was in a rush, so he blocked it with his energy shield, smacked the SKIBIDI toilet with a nice left in the face before finishing him off with his sword, just like I want Drill Woman to finish me off with her big blade. Anyways, after that we see 05 arriving from underground using a propeller as a drill, looking like a car in Mad Max. After that thing came from underground, the Titan Clockman used his knives to try and kill it fast, but he repelled them all with his propeller. So the Golden Titan waited until 05 got close, tore the propeller from the poor toilet, and then used it to smack 05 before smashing his head with it. Those guys were pretty overhyped. It literally took Titan Clockman exactly 1 minute to beat them both. And the fact that Titan Clockman didn't use any time-related abilities and fought like a regular Titan just proves my point. But this tells us that this is the final fight between the toilets and the Alliance. To send two members to die like that, and refusing to send them as backup for Nemesis to just gain 1 minute, just proves how important the G-Man Apocalypse is. At this point, the toilets are playing all or nothing. Anyways, after clowning those two in 60 seconds, Titan Clockman demonstrates a new ability as he uses his power to accelerate himself, since he can no longer stop time. And just like that, Titan Clockman rushed to the main battlefield, hoping to get there in time. In the next scene, we see Susie from the SKIBIDI squad with her reinforcement about to clash with the backup of the Alliance. And there you can see a toilet chained to a giant metallic ball. Unless the ball is some sort of nuclear bomb, a giant cannon, or an Iron Man suit, I think Bro is just feeding. Anyways, we then switch to a POV cameraman, and if you pause at the right moment, you could see that it is the green cameraman with a blaster. After taking down the first toilet, the green cameraman tries his luck on a G-Man soldier, but those things are strong as hell, so it was more of a mosquito bite on the nose than a bullet to the face. But when the G-Man soldier was about to counterattack with his laser eyes, Tall TV Man used his powers to temporarily blind him, while the large pencilman used his hammer to summon a BBC, a big black crayon, to make the toilet fall to its death. After that, green cameraman faces a bald toilet with 5 lasers that just obliterated some cameraman. And while he was trying to escape the yellow lasers, the whip drill man jumped on Baldy's face, like I jump on my body pillow collection, and kept smacking him in the face with his long whip until the toilet lost consciousness. But then the toilet got destroyed by a low IQ G-Man soldier that targeted the drill man. Then we see the pen-pencilman creating a mini saw mid-air from behind his shield, targeting the gun of one of the G-Mans. Blood's gun literally exploded him when he tried to use it, and with that only one G-Man soldier remained. Meanwhile, our POV got knocked to the ground when a flying toilet hit him with a nice mini missile. But while unable to fight, one of the toilets grabbed his face to take a good look at him. It was the same drippy toilet that the green cameraman flipped off in the first episodes. And just look at Bro's smile as he thinks of sweet revenge. And just as the green cameraman pulled his middle finger at the toilet once again, it suddenly grabbed his hand and used his saw to cut off the said finger. Bro is just as petty as me. Luckily, our POV was saved at the last minute by a Clockman forcing the drippy toilet to retreat. I really hope we can see more of those two in the upcoming episodes. After that, the TV device used time energy installed by the Clockman to reverse Susie's hacking as she was too close to crack the code, and just like that, the device went fully online. We then see a massive teleportation energy ball forming inside G-Man's bunker. Now we don't know what it does precisely, but for the professor to handle it himself, it must be something that could single-handedly interrupt the toilet's great plan. After that, the one-armed Professor Toilet tells Susie and the rest to retreat and let him handle the rest, as we see a 99.9% on the screen. Finally, G-Man Apocalypse is about to begin, and that's the end of the secret scene. Since episode 40 is getting released tomorrow, we will see what this apocalypse is in less than 24 hours. My friends, we have reached the end of this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe for a good 8 hours of sleep tonight. See you guys next time.